If you were born between 1955 and 1965, you may be owed a one-time Social Security payment, a lump sum, deposited on top of your regular monthly check. Now let me be honest with you right away, because a lot of channels won't. There is no magic check that automatically lands for everyone just because of the year you were born. That's clickbait, and you deserve better. But here's the real truth, and it's genuinely good news. If you're in this age group, you are exactly the people claiming Social Security right now, and there are several real, specific situations where the government owes you a one-time back payment. Some people have already received thousands. And in one of these situations, the money is sitting there waiting, but if you don't ask for it, you get nothing. So in the next few minutes, I'll walk you through each real scenario, so you can check whether one of them is yours. Let me start with the biggest one, because it's already paid out billions. The number one reason someone in your age group may be owed a one-time payment is a brand new law called the Social Security Fairness Act. Here's who it's for. If you or your spouse ever worked as a teacher, firefighter, police officer, a postal or federal worker, any public job with a government pension, then for decades. Two rules called WEP and GPO cut down or completely erased your Social Security. Those two rules are now gone, repealed as of 2025, and it's retroactive all the way back to January 2024. What does that mean in dollars? Social Security has already sent out about $17 billion in one-time lump sum payments to make up the difference, plus higher monthly checks going forward, with the average increase around $360 a month. But here's the catch that traps people, and it's crucial. If one of those old rules had completely wiped out your benefit, you probably never applied for it, which means Social Security is not paying you automatically. You have to file a claim to get the money you're now owed. Let me show you exactly how that plays out, because this next story is happening to real people right now. Consider a man we'll call Charles. He's a retired public servant. And years ago, when he looked into a Social Security spousal benefit, he was told one of those old rules would reduce it all the way to zero. So he did the logical thing, he never bothered to apply. Why file for nothing? Then the Fairness Act passed, erasing that rule. And Charles assumed, like most people would, great, they'll just send me what I'm owed, but months went by. Nothing came. Here's why. Because he had never actually filed an application. There was no claim on record for Social Security to adjust. The automatic payments only went to people already receiving a reduced benefit. Charles was invisible to the system. When he finally called Social Security and filed, he got a lump sum and a new monthly benefit, but he only received 6 months of back pay from his filing date. Not everything from 2024. Every month he waited to call, he risked losing more. That's the whole lesson. If this could be you, you don't wait, and you don't assume, you file. Let me give you the other ways you might be owed a one-time payment. If this could put money back in your pocket or a loved one's, tap subscribe. I help seniors claim every dollar they've earned. Okay, here's the second one. Asterisk 320, Adjustment 2, Retroactive Benefits at Filing asterisk. The second one-time payment is for people in this age group who haven't started their Social Security yet. Here's the little-known rule. If you have already reached your full retirement age and you're just now filing, you can request up to 6 months of benefits paid as a one-time lump sum, going back from your application date. So instead of your benefits simply starting the month you apply, you can ask for that half year of back payments in a single deposit. Now, one honest and important caveat, so you don't hurt yourself. This really only makes sense if you're at or past your full retirement age. Claiming retroactively before your full retirement age can permanently lower your monthly check, which usually isn't worth it. But for those of you now hitting full retirement age, which is exactly this birth year group, asking for those retroactive months can mean thousands of dollars up front. Just make sure to ask for it, because they won't always volunteer it. Now, the third situation. The third reason you might be owed a one-time adjustment applies if you kept working after you started collecting Social Security, which a lot of people in this age group do. Here's what most don't know. When you earn income after claiming, Social Security is supposed to automatically recalculate your benefit each year. And if that new year of earnings raises your benefit, they owe you a bump, sometimes with a one-time back payment for the months you were underpaid. It's supposed to be automatic, but it doesn't always happen on time, and sometimes it's missed entirely. So it's worth checking. And closely related, if there's an error on your earnings record, a year of work that was reported wrong or never posted, fixing it can raise your benefit and trigger back pay, because your check is calculated from your lifetime earnings. Both of these are worth a quick review of your record. Now, the fourth situation. You may be owed more because you're not receiving the highest benefit you qualify for. Many people in this age group are entitled to a spousal benefit up to half of their husband's or wife's amount, or a survivor benefit if their spouse has passed away, which can be worth even more if you've only ever claimed your own benefit and a higher one was available. You may be owed the difference, sometimes with back pay. The problem is the same as before. Social Security doesn't always automatically switch you to the bigger benefit, and they may never tell you it exists. So the move is simple. You call and ask directly, am I receiving the highest benefit I'm entitled to? And am I owed any back pay? Say those exact words. Now let me show you how to actually check and claim all of this. Here's your action plan. First, create your free My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. And make sure your address and direct deposit information are current, because that's where any adjustment gets sent. Second, if you or your spouse was a public worker affected by those old WEP or GPO rules and you never applied, file now at ssa.gov/apply or call 1-800-772-1213 and specifically ask them to go back as far as the law allows. Third, whether you're filing new or already collecting, ask the representative point blank, am I owed any retroactive benefits, a recomputation, or a higher benefit? And 2 honest heads-ups. 1. These lump sum payments are taxable in the year you receive them, and they show up on your SSA 1099, but the IRS allows a lump sum election on your tax return that can lower the tax hit. So mention it to whoever does your taxes. 2. A big one-time payment can temporarily affect your Medicare premium, so plan for it. None of that should stop you from claiming what you're owed. Just go in informed. One warning before we wrap, because this involves back pay. Scammers are all over it. No legitimate person or company charges you a fee to release your Social Security back pay. It's free. You do it yourself through SSA.gov or the official phone line. And the real Social Security Administration will never cold call you demanding your bank info or Social Security number. Keep it official. So here's the recap. 1. There's no automatic check just for your birth year, but real one-time adjustments exist. 2. If you or your spouse was a public worker, the Fairness Act may owe you a lump sum, and if your benefit was wiped out, you must file to get it. 3. At full retirement age, you can request up to 6 months of retroactive benefits. 4. Working after claiming or fixing an earnings error can trigger back pay. And 5. Make sure you're getting the highest benefit you qualify for. The single most valuable thing you can do today. Log into SSA.gov. And if any of these situations sound like yours, call Social Security and ask, am I owed a one-time adjustment or back pay? That one question could be worth thousands. If this helped, subscribe so the next dollar you're owed finds you. And share it with someone born in these years, especially a retired teacher, firefighter, or police officer. I'll see you in the next one.